Hello and welcome. My name is Meepolis and this is Literally Graphic. And today I have a bit of an unfortunate review to give you all, I guess. The book that I'm going to talk about today is Kurosagi Corpse Delivery Service. And I was really torn about this review, and a lot of it had to do with timing for me, I guess, and the point I am in my life and exposure to different things. And so I guess I'll start out with the positives. I was really intrigued by the premise. I am going to be requesting more books in the series. Non-Abrahamic religions angle, although pretty obvious since it is Japan, was really intriguing and interesting for me. Obviously, I'm assuming this is like the pop culture interpretation of Buddhism as opposed to, and so on the same level as the pop culture interpretations of any religion that I'm more familiar with, namely Christianity. So not exactly like it's going to make me an expert, but my exposure to Buddhism is so minuscule, really, especially as a totally non-Abrahamic religion, that anything at this point is helpful. I am completely ignorant. The art and the framing were certainly good, and I could tell a lot, and overall I definitely felt like a lot of skill went into this book, but what really knocked my socks off in a bad way was just the fact that of the 3 cases that they follow in this volume, they all deal with women being killed. One is an older woman sacrificing herself for the greater good, and 2 of them have to do with creepy sexual violence against women. And it's not like we can't talk about this. It's not like it's a taboo subject. In some ways, the issue is that it's still shocking, in a way. It's just that at this point, I'm really tired of violence against women being used as a shock factor in things, even if the person who is creating it seems to be pro-women. And that's the thing, is that it can be used by a lot of different people. Everyone from, say, Frank Miller, who I do think has serious issues with women as a whole that are unjustifiable. And then people like my husband, who really do love women as a whole and don't want to see violence perpetuated against them. They all have reasons for depicting violence against women, and the thing is that violence against women is a real issue that almost never gets addressed in any real way, so it's just really frustrating. Felt easy, it felt cliche, because it is such an overused trope, violence against women. And even if a writer tries to make it out to be this shocking, gross, horrible thing, the fact of the matter is that this is something that happens every day. And so it's just part of a lot of women's and other vulnerable minority groups, more vulnerable minority intersections, and hopefully I can articulate to you exactly what my issue with the complete dependency on violence against women as a means of shock, as the standard, as the cliche. It's certainly not unique to Otsuka, and I have not personally had to put up with enough of the sort of trauma. I still have the privilege that I can continue to read this series, and I think that's what people who do enjoy this book should definitely take away from this review, is that it's a privilege to be able to enjoy a book that likely is triggering to a lot of people due to their own personal experiences. And just as people who read, as people who potentially create things, just thinking about the ways that we depict violence, depict women, it's something I would appreciate if people could think about in their own lives and consumption habits and creation habits, and I will certainly continue to think about it more as I read more books and maybe someday write something again. But I would love to hear your comments on it. Thank you for everyone who's been engaging with me in all of these videos. I know I've lost a few subscribers, but such is life. That's not what this is about. It's about me spouting my opinions and possibly overcoming some anxiety and getting to know some of the rest of you on YouTube. So yeah, have a good day.
And as always, Literally Graphic is recorded on the traditional territory of the Mississaugas of the Credit First Nation and Anishinaabe people, the Haudenosaunee Confederacy, and the Huron-Wendat Nation. I live here because of British colonization, Indigenous genocide, and more geographically specific, Treaty 13, also known as the Toronto Purchase, which was finalized in 1805 between representatives of the Crown and certain Mississauga peoples. This treaty was a lie and has since been broken many times over. Saying so reflects only my own small steps towards knowing the truth and does nothing for reconciliation.